They need to find the drone pilot with like or we shoot that particular move.
Bro, I think I have to check
The
that.
move, the drone movement was mad. Like you said in the water, you go turn your eye for conflict of how fast those cars are.
Bro,
The drone
I
movement,
just know the CGI.
the camera movement. Oh yeah, the one contest time.
Bro,
Some don't push forward.
guy. Bro, I get pissed on my pants. You see that final? See that final race, guy? See that final race, bro? And I guess I just hold my shit. I just see the song, guy. So I don't forget that place. Like it put me on ease, like tension in my body. Yeah, at some point you have anything come overtake. I just say these people wey like this movie, make they not tire. Say they want tell me say this movie go end like sad ending.
Imagine when they get starting for one of the competitions, then they happy.
I swear.
Like they get starting, then they happy.
Bro, so that time the way family thing won't pass out. I was like, this guy don't use this.
And that guy did that Hamilton. You get chills. The guy was very, very fast.
Sacrificed himself to this one. This guy, Brad Pitt, and over there. Guys, that was brilliant.
Over to the engineer. Right from the time, the both of them, Brad and that played man, I knew that something was going to happen.
I swear, they do professional.
I knew that something was going to happen.
They do professional.
And it happened.
No man, like the sexual tension between them.
I knew that something was going to happen.
Emotional triggers, like the adrenaline which thing pump for. Then you know, the possible say you watch this movie, you don't get that pump of adrenaline, bro. Like, do the hater,
especially after that.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode on the Binge and Cringe Show. I'm Coco, and I'm here with a special guest, Defiance Gallery, one of the baddest photographers in Owerri and Nigeria at large. Defiance Gallery, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, Coco. It's been a pleasure coming out here to analyze movies, something we love doing.
It's also my pleasure. So the movie we are going to be analyzing today is F1, Formula One. This movie was directed by Joseph Kosinski, and the screenplay was written by Erin Kruger. Of course, we know the protagonist of this movie was the famous Brad Pitt. So we're going to be talking about the acting, the emotional triggers, and everything that this movie put us through. I swear, bro, we are going to review it now. So before we get into the deep things, like I just want to ask you, Divine, like at first thought, like maybe from the trailer, what did you feel like this movie was going to be all about?
Okay. At first, when I saw the movie, before I downloaded it, I was like, okay, racing movie, it's going to be sharp. It's going to be sharp because I think I've seen like 2 or 3 racing movies and they always come out well. I can't really remember, but the last one I saw, it was amazing.
Well, I must confess, I don't really watch the trailer, and then Formula One. If I watch it for TV, you know, it's sweet me. So watching the movie, I didn't really go into the movie with a clear heart. But then, did they beat my expectation, or did they give me that vibe at the end of the day? That's what we want to find out. So let's get into the storyline. Let's get into the plot. How was the plot of this movie?
Well, the movie was actually a nice one. Now it's all about, let's say, in football now. We'll talk more. Let's use football terms now to analyze this thing. Let's say when we come to Spain. Now the least club in Spain, or let's say the last 3 clubs in Spain that have been relegated. This is how this particular team, they were being relegated because the team or the company was almost at the verge of being sold out to another owner. So they needed someone that can revive the team, win a whole lot of trophies, at least take them.
That's where Brad Pitt comes in.
You get. So the people they had were nothing.
They didn't have that winning mentality.
Yes.
So for me, like I felt like the plot was very predictable, which was what it was actually going to be. Because from what you said now, it's obvious that anybody they are going to bring in was going to help them.
Definitely.
Yeah. Yes. So I think the plot was predictable, but then these guys, like the writer, was very brilliant in the way he used the plot twist and everything. Like the plot was predictable. At some point, we started questioning our predictions. But we are going to like get into it. Yes, we're going to get into it. So, I want to ask you now, in terms of the delivery, you're a photographer, right? So, in terms of the delivery now, the pacing, you know what the pacing is now. So, do you feel like the movie was paced properly? Did any place, did they drag any moment, or was it so fast, or was it so slow? Like, what do you think about the pacing?
Okay, it wasn't fast and it wasn't slow because to me I feel like everything it's about process.
Yeah.
Because at first when everything started and they brought Brad into play, Brad was not keeping up.
Yeah.
Yes. Now these people they need to be fit first. Then and still go take some laps around. If you notice when he came, the first thing he always does was to
Jog.
take some laps, and people were like, other colleagues were like, is this guy actually normal?
Yeah, he was doing it old school.
Yeah.
Not that they go
Is this
gym,
guy
but
actually
no,
normal?
they
Like
actually old
they
school.
come Formula One, maybe car race, they jog
Jog.
for us. All those kinds of
I swear.
So he really started, and it was a process because if you remember, he had an injury,
Yes.
which was like on a normal day, someone with such injury
He's not supposed to race
shouldn't
again.
go back into Formula One.
Yes, you're right.
So he was trying to keep up with that fitness. That was why with that injury, and that was why he was doing those jogging and other stuff, which it actually paid off at some moments because at some time they started joining him, and
Well, I'm going to agree with you on that because I didn't feel like they dragged any moment.
Yes.
It was just going. In fact,
it's
guy,
normal
like
process.
get how you want to look this movie where you find it in the top. Say the movie no make sense. I swear. So I feel like the pacing was very, like movie pacing should be more like a curve. Like you take us up a bit, you bring us down a bit, you take us up a bit. So I think they actually followed that rhythm, and it was very fantastic to see. So the next question I want to ask you now is, I've been meaning to ask this as someone who is into photography. I'm very sure you've worked with a lot of videographers and cinematographers.
Yes.
What do you think about the cinematography of this movie? Because it bust my head, bro. It bust my head, guy. Like how?
See, did you come to check?
We were not watching. I think that's the difference between the sports and the movie.
Yes.
In the sports, like we they watch the race. But in this movie, we're actually living the race, bro. Like that cinematography was crazy.
Was mad.
What do you have to say? Like, especially into the field, guy.
First of all, see the drone movement, they bust my head.
Like, how this thing take the possible, bro?
The drone movement, because first of all, come to think of how fast those cars are,
bro.
The drone movement,
and this thing no be CGI.
The camera movement. The one contest time.
Bro,
Sound push forward.
Guy, these guys, I never really get the time like to check the behind the scenes, how they actually. Oh, bro, the cinematography of this movie. Like, as I watch them, I imagine, guy, like, let people good for this job.
It be like one movie where come out, like Korean movie. I don't know if you watch Kata.
Okay, no.
They need to find the drone pilot we fly or we shoot that particular move.
Bro, I think I have to check it out.
The drone movement was mad. Like you said, when you watch on your eye, you go turn your eye.
Bro, like I love it.
The drone movement was mad because of they shot. There were some scenes they shot on a train, the moving train. So they needed all those actions and stuff like that which they got. So this one is also nice.
So well, guys, that cinematography, I have to like give them the credit. It was like 100 over 100. Yeah. So I want to ask you now, this movie, is there any scene like that stuck with you? Something that anywhere they mention F1 now, you get movies, they mention movie now, there must be a scene that will play in your head. So is there any scene like that from this movie?
That place where he called his colleague. Now at first the challenge where he has to speed up. Then one of them will now have to go back and change and now wait for the next opponent that's coming so he can enter immediately and delay the opponents. Now that is one. Now the next part was where Brad told his colleague to slow down. That there is actually a turn or a curve where he needs to slow down for him to turn. But the guy was obsessed. Yes, he was obsessed with winning that particular because I think he had issues with Brad at that particular time. That was when he had issues with Brad and he was not listening to him. So Brad told him that he should calm down. The guy know the year words.
I swear, JP, your unnecessary competition with
the guy am up. And who get up saying that?
I swear, and at the end of the day, they can't blame Brad. I swear. Upon it, I say, man, slow down. Well, for me, my own scene that, like the scene will be here, bro, I nearly pissed on my pants. You see that final race, guy. See that final race, bro. And I just hold my bedsheet. I said, this is the song, guy. What is this song? Guy, I don't forget that place. Like, it put me on ease, like tension in my body, guy. And you know what thing they vex me? At some point, it was JP, Brad, and then Lewis Hamilton.
Yes.
Yeah, so this guy, Brad had to sacrifice himself for JP to overtake.
Yes.
At some point, Lewis Hamilton come overtake. I just say these people wey write this movie, make they not try am. Say they wan tell me say this movie go end like sad ending, bro. I say make they no even try am.
No, at first, I was actually expecting a sad ending.
Yeah, no, you know they possible. You know if you watch, guy,
I was expecting a sad ending.
Do you know why a sad ending was not going to work? Because when Brad came in, they not begin the win immediately.
Yes,
they were losing.
They were losing.
So at some point they can't.
Come on, like 13,
if you say they don't let that win that race, guy.
Imagine when they get 13 for one of the competitions, then they happy.
I swear.
Like they get 13, then they happy,
bro. And then I want to highlight something now. See, like I said earlier, this thing is predicted. The plot is predicted. You could just see that Brad will come in and win the race for them. But guy, at that ending, this thing race, that final race, when Brad had to like sacrifice himself for JP, I feel like that's what I want to like call a twist in a twist. We know that it's these guys that are going to win this race.
Yes.
But then we did not expect JP. At that point, I was expecting JP to sacrifice for Brad. You get? So that time the way Hamilton won't pass out. I was like, this guy don't lose this.
And that guy did that. The guy was very, very fast.
Sacrificed himself for this guy, Brad. Is it over there? Guy, that was brilliant. Like, I want to relate this thing now to Nollywood movies because I was having this conversation with someone. I told them that the problem with Nollywood movies is not usually because the plots they predicted. It's because the producers they lack the proper creativity to add some certain tweaks to the movie. Because this thing, they like from the start, I already knew that Brad Pitt was recruited to come and win this race and save these people.
Yes.
But at some point in the movie, you were not even sure again if this was actually where the movie was heading. You get? So that's a proper way to
because at some point he was fired.
Yeah, exactly.
At some point he was fired. So I was not asking who can do these things.
I swear. Even for the final race, but he still made us question if this guy is going to win this. So that's the difference. So most times it's not even about the plot being predictable because a lot of people are allergic to predictable plot. Once they don't watch movies, they say, they don't really know how to think of it. They could just downplay the movie. And most times you don't blame them because if the writer is not creative enough and you just give it to them exactly without making them question their prediction at some point, then it doesn't really make sense. You get? So that is one credit that I want to give them. It was very, very fantastic from them. You get? So what do you have to say now about should I say the character building? Because the way the whole debate movie started and everything, straight to race and everything, at some point they stopped and they actually tried to like make us know Brad more, his weaknesses, and also JP as well, even the engineer, that lady engineer. So how do you feel the character development was?
It was okay because at some point when they were still losing, now they had to the top organizers that were ready to sell the club to another person.
Yeah.
So the current owner has already given up.
Yeah, actually.
It was like, come on, I just do it all like. So now with Brad coming into the picture, the first thing he checked was, if you notice, he told them that there's no way they would win a race with that particular car.
Yeah.
That they needed to upgrade.
Yeah, exactly.
That they are not just racing, they're actually going for a war. So that was when he told them, okay, he told the engineer, you need to upgrade this place, you need to add this part, you need to do this to this part. And so the lady was now like questioning, which he also pressured her, and she actually did. Then along the line, they tried, because what they were doing was actually trial and error. So then after that, now about his character, there was a point they actually stopped and when they told us about his character completely was when he was on the bed with the current owner of that particular F1 club or organization, where he told him that he lost his wife, he lost his daughter, he has nothing to lose basically. So that was why he came back and let him just do his thing. That thing is just his thing. So let him just do it. Now over to the engineer. Right from the time the both of them, Brad and that lady, met, I knew that something was going to happen.
I swear, they do professional.
I knew that something was going to happen.
They do professional,
and it happened.
No man, like the sexual tension between them.
I knew that something was going to happen because at first she was doing professional. I said it's okay. For starters, it's okay. So, but along the line, where I noticed or when I knew that everything between them was now okay was when he came into the room where she was designing the next
Yeah.
this thing, the next vehicle or something like that. So they had this connection. It was like he turned some part of the screen and saying, this particular place, she needs to upgrade it to this part, she needs to add this to this part and stuff like that. So she thought about it and she gave it a try. She gave it a try. So now for her to accept, and you know that they have started, started getting that thing together. So, and if you notice also, whenever she upgraded any part and he uses the car to win a particular race, he comes back and says, okay, we've won this one. Now let's look for the fault in this particular place. Now, his own mentality was all about improving that particular organization. Because after the first race, he told them, like I said, he told them that what they are actually doing here is coming out here for a war. They are not just racing.
Yeah, I think I agree with you because the character development was awesome. I don't know if you saw Jurassic Park, but the new Jurassic Park.
See, if I do mistake, catch the producers of both Jurassic, both Triassic, I will cut their leg.
Thank you.
After the last one I saw, I stopped watching anything Jurassic.
See, this new one now, this thing now about character development, everything I want to talk. The importance of character development is to get the viewers to be emotionally attached to the characters. That's one thing that Jurassic Park lost because on the mission to the jungle, I don't know if you watch it, on the mission to the jungle where they want to collect DNA samples from those dinosaurs. In that mission, they lost people. And it felt like before they actually reached that distance, they lost half of their crew. And you know, when you say person die, you just feel based on saying you had an emotional attachment to the character. So because of lack of anybody could actually die in that movie and not even do like anything. Because we didn't get that. The place one where you say they're supposed to look, there was this doctor and then the girl, I've forgotten her name. Where I feel say they were having this chemistry, this sexual tension between them. Where I feel say the writers would develop more. They've not even developed them. So that was like a poor character development or something. So I just use it now to like explain the importance of this because most times people don't really understand. I think this is like the first time I'm hearing about the Formula One movie. And if I'm being honest to myself, I know if I turn on the TV now and see saying a Formula One, I could just come on. I don't get interest in the sports. What do you think this movie now? Like, what benefit do you think this movie has now, like in real life, to the sports Formula One? Like, what's the benefit? Because
first of all, I don't watch Formula One. I didn't watch Formula One. If you pass football and maybe volleyball, I don't watch that.
Okay, that draws me to another question. After watching this movie now, if someone if you should be going through your channel your TV and you see a Formula One channel, or you're mistakenly stumble on the channel, I'm very sure that you want to pause it to know what they saw.
5 minutes.
I swear. I think that's a very good thing for the 5 minutes. You don't give them that visibility. Although I didn't understand most of their rules,
especially that drifting,
the penalties and everything.
Bro,
I didn't understand most of those things because I don't watch the movie. But I think this thing has given them that publicity, and I feel like there are a lot of sports in this world. I feel like they should make more movies like this so that you understand. And I don't even know if I've actually seen a proper football movie, something like this. I've not seen it. It's more like our documentaries. I've not seen a proper. It's always all this American football, but I've not seen a proper soccer movie, something like. So I think it's something all these sports this thing should adopt, and it brings their sports closer to viewers. And I'm very sure a lot of people will start watching Formula One after this movie.
Yes,
so it's a very big one for them as a sport and everything. So nice initiative. I don't know if they are in collaboration with this movie. I don't know. But if they are in collaboration with this movie, then it's a very nice PR strategy.
I feel they have to, because there needs to be a connection. There needs to be something between them and the Formula One company or whatever. Because this is more of or more like an advert, a very strong advert.
So let's just wrap it up now. The movie, on the scale of 1 to 10, what do you rate F1?
F1, I'm giving F1 a 7.5 over 10.
Okay, 7.5. That's
7.5 over 10.
That's me myself, I go give the movie. I'll give the movie 8 over 10. Yeah, 8 over 10. Because bro, this is one of the best movies I've watched this year. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I lose interest in something quick. For these people to be able to retain me from the first minute, and Each minute was a banger, bro.
Movie
Each
nice.
minute, like the emotional triggers, like the adrenaline with this thing pump for. Then the possible say you watch this movie, you don't get that pump of adrenaline, bro. Like, just the head and
Especially
Bro.
after that accident.
Bro.
With that guy
I
don't.
swear.
Ah.
And bro, in fact, this guy is 9/10. 9/10, bro. 9/10. So, do you have any
Oh.
like favorite character in the movie? Of course, everybody will say
Favorite-
Brad Pitt,
Brad
because
Pitt. Brad Pitt, but aside Brad Pitt, aside Brad Pitt, I'll say the owner of that organization,
Okay,
you know,
okay.
he was pissed.
Yeah, like
the man.
pressure.
Pressure,
Like
Tiwa.
pressure day. Like
Because
pressure day.
he didn't want to
Lose
lose the club or the organization.
I swear.
He didn't want. Person will call, he don't call Brad. Tell us, Alpha, you go begin to go like this. So
I swear.
I don't give up.
I swear.
I don't give up.
I swear. And had it been they lost that final race, yeah, this guy think he commit suicide. I swear, bro, that guy think commit suicide. Because why raise his hopes and just
Waiting the engineer one talk.
I swear.
Like waiting the engineer one talk.
So that happy ending for me was the best ending for that movie.
Yes,
Anything
yes.
sad ending for
No,
break
no.
the viewer heart. I swear. It was really discouraged the viewer. So for me, I think my favorite character there is Sonny. That's Brad Pitt.
Okay.
The another person why I loved there, like the engineer.
Ah,
The engineer and
you know they give me joy.
the character
Yes.
and everything. It was good and it resonated well with me.
Even when them bust them, when she dey inside room. I don't know if they
Bro, that scene tweet me. And that one of the club, we know say Brad Pitt
Brad
dey
dey
inside.
inside.
You know,
Inside,
you know if you get in the lady one talk. At last you just had to confess. You know say they don't catch a red handed. So we would like you guys to tell us, have you seen F1? Is it a movie that you would like to see after watching this review if you have not seen it? If you've seen it already, drop a comment on the comment section and tell us how you felt about this movie.
Wow.
And we'll be watching and we'll be checking your comments as well. Thank you. Until we meet again, this is the Binge and Cringe Show. Bye.